Nation Live. It's your boy Sanders Tisdale.
And I'm James Owen.
Guys, we got a lot to talk about. Huge win for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the weekend. Also, we want to talk about defense, special teams, quarterback situation in Pittsburgh. And James, we got another big team coming up this week. We got the Indianapolis Colts. So guys, make sure you stay tuned for this week in Steeler Nation Live.
Welcome to Steeler Nation Live. I'm James Owen.
I'm Sanders Tisdale.
Sanders Tisdale right there. Yeah. Folks, 3-0. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Just I got to stop looking at the media, Sanders. I tell you, all these so-called Steeler fan groups, Facebook, social media. I mean, one group even said that Tomlin should be fired. I have no idea what's going on. I mean, you're 3-0. You're moving in the right direction. I mean, we're starting off slow, but it's a big team effort. Offense, special teams, defense. Right now, Pittsburgh Steelers have number one defense in the NFL, and it showed on Sunday against the LA Chargers at home in our home opener there at Acrisure Stadium, almost at Heinz Field. But Sanders, our team continues to move forward at a snail's pace. Now, we talked about this before a show, trying to get our thoughts together. And folks, we want to hear from you out there. Call us 585-210-3917. That's 585-210-3917. Talk about, your ideas, what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do offensively to get this ball rolling. And I'm going to tell you right now, watching other teams, the Buffalo Bills last night totally destroyed the Jaguars.
Woo!
All right. It wasn't even funny. I mean, when you got Mitch Trubisky coming in and, scoring touchdowns against you, it's I don't know, but kudos goes out to the Buffalo Bills, their fans. It was a rainy, cold night last night, typical Buffalo weather without the snow, but got to hand it to him. Josh Allen, MVP right there. I mean, who do you want in your backfield throwing the football and handing it off? Josh Allen got the size, got the speed, got the strength, but this is not a Buffalo Bills show. This is a Pittsburgh Steelers show, but just want to shout out to the Buffalo Bills and fan. Great game last night. And you're looking at two totally different run offenses, okay? People have the mindset that offenses, you want to score all the time. That's true. You do, because if you have more points than the other team, you win. But there's methods to madness, and certain teams have a certain style of play. Now, if you are a high potent offense, it's because you have to be, because you're lacking a defense. And I'm saying the Buffalo Bills have a bad defense, but when you play tick for tack, you know what I'm saying? You have to run up the score. You have to have that kind of offense mentality. But here's what fans are not understanding: how the Pittsburgh Steelers offense runs. Now, we go back in the day with Ben Roethlisberger. He had a couple games of 5 touchdowns. We're talking about throwing the ball 300, 400 yards. I mean, that's great. But how many yards were on the ground? And what did that get us? It got us some wins, maybe got to the playoffs. But you need consistency. And what I see right here with the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively, it's no firepower. It's no, explosion of, fireworks. We're getting the job done. And when you control the clock, okay, and you just basically control the momentum of the game by, methodically coming down the field, which Pittsburgh Steelers haven't done in decades.
Right.
So when you have a leader who is, manages the offense well, we're getting down with the 3 and outs. They're hardly those anymore. I mean, our third down percentages are almost 50%. It's unheard of in the Pittsburgh Steelers. But see, this is what confuses the fans. This right now is a style of football for Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't want to call rebuilding, okay?
All right.
New offensive line, younger offensive line, new offensive line coach. We got new offensive coordinator. We have 2 new quarterbacks, 3 new quarterbacks actually. With Keenan Allen coming from Buffalo, we got a 3rd-string quarterback, and it's just this is the method that the Pittsburgh Steelers are slowly building. And I'm telling you, folks, we're not going to win every game. It'd be great if we did. But the outlook is this is what you're building on, okay? The foundation. And, methodically controlling the game and scoring more points than the other team. They're not a high-scoring team right now. do we have the Sanders? Do we have the potential of scoring a lot of points?
Of course we do.
We absolutely do. And this is how we're building the foundation to get there. That's it. I just want to say, Joey Porter Jr. jersey. I'm wearing number 9, Penn State. We are Penn State, just so folks at home keep score. Sanders,
Yeah.
Your thoughts. And I mean, you heard what I had to say about the offense and why we're moving at a snail's pace, but we're still winning. What do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively need to do, or should they change anything going forward from here?
Well, like I said, I like everything that they're doing right now. And they're playing the game that the old Pittsburgh Steelers used to play. It's run heavy. Pittsburgh always went run heavy. And why did they go run heavy? Because you control the clock that way. I don't know if any of you guys who watched the game Sunday with the Steelers game, it was epic to see. And the reason I say that, because you look at any of the other NFL games that started at the same time as the Pittsburgh Steelers game, the Pittsburgh Steelers game ended 15 to 20 minutes earlier than some of the other games. I couldn't believe it, dude. I looked at the clock of the Pittsburgh Steelers game, and I think it was like 3:44 or 3:43, and they were done. The game was done. And you know why it was done? Because Pittsburgh did what they always did, and that's ball control. And that ball control was huge, and the Steelers did it. They did it with short passes. They controlled the clock. They did it with running the ball, and it ate up so much clock that by the time the Chargers got the ball back, it was something to behold. But right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're starting to find themselves. And what did they do the last couple of seasons? They started to find themselves in the blocking schemes. They started to do A, B, C, D. You got so many guys that are plugging in. You also got guys like Broderick Jones trying to find himself. These guys, and who knows? I think Broderick was dealing with the injury. But right now, Broderick looks good the last game. The Steelers offensive line looked good. There were some mishaps that I've seen where we had some missed tackles, and you also had our quarterback Fields getting sacked in the backfield, and I did see that. There was a missed tackle, but the thing about it, a missed block, I should say, blocking assignment. But the fact is, they recovered from it, and they got better. Everything in the second half of the Pittsburgh Steelers got better. That's one thing I see in the Steelers. The defense is almost like they're controlling every aspect of the games that they have in this NFL season. The Steelers, for the last couple of years, once you think about it, they controlled with their defense every aspect of every game. And who do we have at the quarterback? Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett wasn't putting up points. But now you got a more athletic type quarterback who can run and pick up first downs, who can do A, B, C, D with that ball. And right now, I don't know, maybe it's from his couple years in the NFL, he's starting to show that maybe he's trying or starting to get it. But right now, I can say the only thing that I see right now that Pittsburgh Steelers need to actually work on, you keep working with Fields right now. I'm not saying he's the savior, he's the grand old, the all-purpose for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he's the guy right now that got the hot hand. He's the guy that's leading Pittsburgh right now. He's the guy that's got Pittsburgh in 3-0 position. He is the guy that the Pittsburgh Steelers need at the helm right now. And the fact is, what happens with Russell Wilson? I don't got the answer for that. Russell Wilson sitting on the bench right now, that's a good spot for him. Where in the NFL you're going to go where you got Fields as your starter, and then you also got Russell Wilson waiting in wings, and then you still got a third string guy who we didn't even get to really look at that much. I am telling you, the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, James, they are in a good spot, and I believe Justin Fields is starting to grasp or starting to learn or whatever. But let me see what we got here. We got somebody writing on the board right now that said, I believe in Justin Fields. He was so used to scrambling with the Bears, and that's one thing we're going to talk about later on the show is the effectiveness of these young guys coming in to these franchises, James, and not just coming into these franchises thinking that they're supposed to be the almighty savior for this franchise. But then you got a guy sitting behind a line that has no blocking schemes, that have no ABCD. So then you end up in a situation with like a Bryce Young or Kenny, for all intents and purposes, I don't even really think we handle Kenny Pickett correctly, to be honest.
No.
But it is what it is. I mean, Kenny Pickett's in Philly. At least he's still playing football. But, James, I don't even think that was handled correctly either. But right now, all I can see what the Steelers need to work on is just get that blocking down, a blocking scheme for the line. Because if you got that defense doing damage like that, you pick up on your offensive end. Whoo! I'm telling you. Woo!
Whoa, 1, 2, 3. Woo!
I know.
Yeah. So a lot of talk about Justin Fields being the starting quarterback would not be in discussion if we did not have Russell Wilson behind him. Now, Russell Wilson, here's another thing. We know the direction the Pittsburgh Steelers are going through, and we know what they're heading to. And I don't see for any reason other than an injury for Justin Fields not being the starter. Now, get back to Russell Wilson. What do we do with Russell Wilson? Well, we had him for the year. Okay, we test drive for the year. I would trade him right now. I mean, and what teams are out there looking for quarterbacks? Let's look at the Miami Dolphins, number one. There's even talk about Tom Brady coming out of retirement because that's his home down there.
Enough.
You know what I mean? In Miami. Yeah, I know. But you got to throw it out there. It's entertainment, right?
Oh my God.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the Pittsburgh Steelers worked out a blockbuster trade with the Miami Dolphins, sending Russell Wilson down there for either a couple draft picks. Maybe I propose send Russell Wilson down to Miami for Waddle and a 4th-round pick next year. I'm just saying. But anyways, a lot of people are, they're discouraged with Justin Fields because of his play in Chicago. Different atmosphere, different coaches, different play. Now, when he went to Chicago, as the last caller called in and said, he was scrambling around. He's running for his life. And what I feel, my opinion is, it's just my opinion, is I think the Chicago Bears organization did him dirty. They kept him for all these years running for his life, and then they get rid of him for Caleb Williams, who is horrible. He's a dumpster fire, and they try to build around him instead of using that draft pick to build around Justin Fields. Now, he's been in the league 4 years. This is the 5th year, and a lot of people don't understand just because he's been in the league that long that he's old and, he's worn out. He's not even 25 years old yet. I mean, wow. He still has a lot of football ahead of him. And with an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who actually believe in players and try to grow their players, I really think Justin Fields has a spot in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. And here's just a couple stats of history. In 2021, when he came to the NFL, Chicago Bears, he threw for almost 1,900 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, with a passer rating of 73.2. Now, could that have been him just coming out of Ohio State, coming to the NFL, or were the Bears that horrible? In 2022, he almost had 2,300 yards, passing 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's a great thing. Now he's throwing at 85%. 2023, last year, almost 2,600 yards, 16 TDs, 9 interceptions, passer rating 86.3. And now at the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's been 3 games. Okay, we're not talking about preseason. Almost 600 yards passing, 1 interception, and 2 touchdowns with a passer rating of 95.3. Now, if he continues this, improving steadily is what I wanted to say. Small by small, steadily. He's on pace for 2,800 yards passing, 18 TDs, and 6 interceptions. So as long as we keep on working with him and moving him in the right direction, we're not going to blow out teams. It's not. But at the end of the day, Sanders, folks at home, you're keeping score. When you look at that win-loss count, we talked about this forever. You don't know, you don't care how you got the win. You look up there, you see 3 wins, no losses. We got to be doing something right.
Yep.
But there are going to be people out there, and you know who you are, you naysayers, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are even the so-called experts, right? And don't get me off on this tangent with these so-called experts claiming the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be the bottom of the division, and all of a sudden, whoa, we're the only undefeated team in the division. The Baltimore Ravens, who are predicted to take the division, are 1-2, and the Cleveland Browns are 1-2, and the Bengals are 0-3. And now they're saying, okay, they're 3-0 now, but they're still going to find the basement of the division. Haters out there, Sanders, haters.
Well, I mean, no matter what you do, you're going to find them. And the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, you got to take it for what it's worth. You got a team right there now that's doing what they need to do. And the Pittsburgh Steelers are on top of the division, and the division it's going to get tougher down the line. And right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are in position right now to continue to keep winning. And they have a defense. They have an offense that's starting to come around. And we always knew that their offense was a struggle, even beyond the last couple of years when Bennett was there. The offense that was starting to struggle, even struggling with the run game, and it still continues today. But right now, I don't know. I can see a different thing in the way they're doing things. So I have a feeling that the Pittsburgh Steelers they're poised for a change, and they're poised for a great change. But James,
what I got to make an apology to one of our callers out there. I did not stress the fact that it's the Ohio State. I just said Ohio State. So my apologies. And just remember, we are Penn State. A little different than the Ohio State. And for some reason, that's a stopping ground for the Pittsburgh Steelers to draft a lot of players from the Ohio State. Not a fan of that college or that team, but we do get a lot of good players from that school. I got to give them that credit. So my apologies.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, guys, Pittsburgh, huge win over the weekend, playing the LA Chargers, and not just playing the LA Chargers, playing the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. Pittsburgh was number 2. Chargers were number 1. Pittsburgh threw up some serious points in these guys. And guess what? Our defense, total shutdown. James, I've never seen a Pittsburgh Steelers defense on total shutdown to where -4 yards, -4 to 5 yards. It might have been -5. I'm not positive.
We'll give them -4.
We'll give -4.
Yeah, -4.
-4 yards in this game. Total shutdown. I'll tell you, the Steelers, they even could have had a turnover even, later of the second quarter, I think it was. They had a strip sack. Didn't catch a turnover. But that defense was getting in there and making turnovers or making strip sacks, forcing pressure. This is what I'm talking about. You put pressure in the face of any quarterback out there. Ask Tom Brady. Ask the New York Giants when they used to do it to Tom Brady all the time. Up the middle, in his face, and that's what Pittsburgh Steelers is doing right now. I see a different Pittsburgh Steelers team out there, and this win over the Chargers, James. Let's go over some of the stats from that game for the Chargers.
Well, here's a big stat for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's unheard of, and we need to find out after the show. I'm going to look up the referee squad for this game. Was they honestly? This is going to surprise you. This will surprise you, Sanders. I'm going to say great job to the NFL referees doing this game. And why is that? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers only caught 3 penalties for 15 yards and the Chargers 7 penalties for 69 yards, which is kind of average. So what are you going to do about that? Time possession, Pittsburgh Steelers 33 minutes, almost 34 minutes to the Chargers 26 minutes. And I can't, put more emphasis on special teams and defense. You've been hitting the defense pretty much all show, Sanders, and that's absolutely correct. The Steelers are hitting on all cylinders on defense, but what about the special teams? Rarely talked about. And field of possession is huge. Another issue that's rarely talked about on talk shows or whatever. And if you think about it, once you have that punter, okay?
Yep.
And we had Johnston. He was doing phenomenal, okay? And what happens to the Pittsburgh Steelers kickers? Get hurt. We grab somebody and they just fall apart. And special teams is huge for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We picked up Corliss Whitman, who was released by the Patriots. This cat is averaging almost 53 yards a punt. His longest punt is 58 yards. And when you're putting teams deep in their own end zone, you're giving your defense some breathing room.
Yep.
A little relaxation to do what they do best. Now, a lot of people don't understand when you start putting these things together, field possession, defense, you're shutting teams down. Now, when they do their 3 and outs, we get the ball. That puts us in better position offensively. And of course, we're a little slow right now on offense, and we're working it. And like I said, from the first show we did, as long as we're going up, it's a great sign. And this is what the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is. Put the team in position to score points.
Yeah.
Field goals can't win games all the time. Understand. But when your special teams put you and your defense put you in a position to score points, you have to capitalize on it, whether it's field goal or touchdown. Rather have the touchdown, rather the 6 and the 3. But it's just that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers this year have been doing so far. And the Wizard of Oz, he's 10 for 11 in field goals. That's only because they try to kick a 93-yard field goal into the wind, uphill, in the snow both ways. I mean, if he would have hit it straight, he may have had the distance, but I mean, come on now. When you're working together as a team, you're trudging together, you're creating something, and we're going in the right direction. We're moving forward. We're winning games. We're 3-0, and we have to win these games, these must games, because the second half of the season, that's where you're going to find out who the men are and where the Pittsburgh Steelers are going. Because after our bye week, it's going to be horrible. It's just like playing the division almost every other game, and then you throw the Eagles in there too. So
yeah, I mean,
Let's see. Fields was 25 for 32. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and you really can't blame him for that. I mean, it was a bang around ball that hit the receiver, whatever. Harris, Najee Harris, on modest day, 70 yards on the ground, had a couple passes. Calvin Austin III with that touchdown run, 4 catches, 95 yards, and 1 touchdown. I'm telling you, he's going to come around. Pickens, 5 catches for 57 yards, and the defense had 5 sacks, knocked Herbert out of the game. I still don't know what injury he had. I think it was a knee injury or an ankle injury.
Yeah,
and
high ankle.
And because he has a history, it's not like it was a dirty hit or anything like that.
No.
He has a history of that injured ankle. He came in and he left out as quickly as he came in. So kudos to the defense. Kudos to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just, keeping their head in the game and controlling the game and the outcome for a 20-10 victory. And I do believe I said 27-13 and you said what, 24-17?
Yep. Pretty
close here at Steel Nation Live. Folks, give us a shout. 585-210-3917. It's 585-210-3917. Give us a call. If you're shy and you want to be on the radio, message us on the board. We'd love to hear what you got to say. Everybody has an opinion and they have a voice. We want to hear yours. So call us or message us.
Yeah. And before, we talked a lot about whether the fact of Justin Fields being our starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but right behind him waiting in the wings is Russell Wilson. You guys, give us your thoughts on the board. What you think? You think that Justin should still be their starter? Some people say, you know what? They're just waiting for him. They're just waiting for him to crack. And you know what? It might be a possibility. But the thing about it is, he's a younger player that's starting to grow. So I do believe Justin is doing what he needs to do. And the fact is that we do have Russell Wilson sitting on the bench, and it's a great luxury to have a proven quarterback in the league sitting on your bench. But
for sure.
But he can't stay there for long. And James, you said it earlier in the show. What do you guys? I think the best bet would be to try to use him as trade bait. Right now, while the iron is hot, the Steelers, you need another big time receiver. So go out and get it. Go out and try to get it.
Yeah, what people are forgetting that. Yeah, Justin Fields, he's got that arm. He can put the ball wherever he can, wherever he wants to. But he's also a dual threat to run. And he called his own number on that touchdown where he ran it in late in the second quarter, I believe it was. So, I mean, not only can he throw the ball, he's got the football IQ to tuck it and run, and not just eat a sack or throw the ball away into possibly interception. So that's another dual threat where the defense has to watch him from running. In the second game, he had a lot of yards rushing. The first game, that's where he started coming out of his shell. So now he's being more, I know 3 games is 3 games, but I see maturity level already increasing. And I do believe it's because of the coaching staff. And like you said earlier, the Pittsburgh Steelers believe in this kid, believe in him. And that builds. It builds confidence in yourself, and you're not second guessing yourself, holding the ball too long and getting sacks or throwing the ball to where you shouldn't be throwing it and getting interceptions or whatnot. It's just building him. And the way the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, special teams, defense, and offense, and not to leave out the coaching either, that the players and the pieces are falling into place.
Oh, yeah. And it's falling into place huge. Philly fanboys. But I will give Pittsburgh props. They're getting it done, and they are. I mean, they're doing what they need to do. And don't get me wrong. My brother's a Philadelphia Eagle fan, and the Eagles they're having their rough spout. But that's a team right there that can bounce back and do some damage. I don't know what's going on with Philly. I think they had a bad turn the end of last season. Sorry, but at the end of last season they had a bad turn where they started to stumble down the gate and made it into the playoffs, lost in the first round. So. Right now, Pittsburgh's done it in the past. Went 11-0. Remember that time? 11-0.
Yeah.
And what did we do? We lost in the first round to the Cleveland Browns, of all people, in Pittsburgh. So that's how that hurt. And that was Ben's, close to the year before his last year, I think it was.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was
terrible.
Terrible. But the Pittsburgh Steelers went out there, but they got better. They got better, and they're learning. But James, right now, I'm going to put a question out to you guys on the board as well. And I'm going to try to put the number up there as well. What do you guys think that the Pittsburgh Steelers, what do you think right now in the position they are in? We talked about it offline that you have the great Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome, when he was with the Ravens. This guy, it took him 4 years from the time he came in and became their GM to becoming their GM to already having those guys in a position to win a title. Now you look at Omar Khan and the type of team that Omar Khan is building. And you look at this team, we talked about it offline, James, that look at the draft. We did some of the drafts since Khan has been there.
2022.
Yep. Keanu Benton,
Wisconsin,
Broderick Jones, Calvin Austin, Connor
Memphis.
Hayward, George Pickens,
Michigan State.
was it DeMarvin Leal? Who else? Wilson, Herbig,
Peyton Wilson, Nate Herbig.
The things this guy's done since he's been in Pittsburgh, and these are guys that are starters for the Steelers. These are guys who are impact players for the Steelers.
Sitting the bench right now.
Yeah, and look at the Steelers right now, -4 yards. That's I'm still amazed by that. -4 yards in the second half of the game. Yeah, it was crazy.
Not to mention the injury to Alex Highsmith, who left mid-game with a groin injury. We have a couple injuries for the Pittsburgh Steelers coming out of that game. Najee Harris left in an arm brace. Unfortunately, Jalen Warren getting an MRI on his knee. Our first-round pick, Troy Fautanu, he's on injury reserve with a knee injury. Van Jefferson, he took himself out of the game with an eye injury. Somebody gave him a Three Stooges out there in the field, I guess, and in his eye. And Corey Trice, the glass cornerback. And this kid is phenomenal when he's healthy.
Yes.
And it's just, he was like, if you want to talk about a steal, and he was an undrafted free agent, and he came to Pittsburgh and he just lit up the defense, and he got hurt. He got released, came back healthy. Now he's hurt again. And so the Pittsburgh Steelers had no choice to re-sign James Pierre. And we all know who James Pierre is. I mean, fantastic corner, nickelback, everything right now. We have 4 cornerbacks right now, and that's it on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are very unhealthy in the secondary, and there's no cavalry behind them guys, so they got to stay healthy for that. In the secondary, we talk about the linebacker core. The secondary is doing a phenomenal job for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, holding teams to, 2 touchdowns, 3 games, only 2 touchdowns against Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And we're creating turnovers, 4 turnovers in 3 games, as opposed to 1 turnover in 3 games for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's a +3 and a +3 in the plus-minus for turnovers. I mean, we're looking really good. It's early, folks. 3 games. I know it's not explosion. I know it's not all the fanfare and the confetti and the fireworks and woohoo, it's scoring touchdowns and bombs and everything like that. But methodically, the Pittsburgh Steelers will get to that point once everything is in position. We've got to be patient, folks. And like I said, I'd rather be 3-0 right now than 0-3.
Yeah. One thing we do have to look up, we have to look up that for you. What are the third down conversion? Conversion rate for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
It's almost at 50%. I think it's at 47% right now.
Huge.
That's unheard of for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, one of the things, and that's another thing that's keeping us in games. Like I said, if you guys watched the game Sunday, the Pittsburgh Steelers game, it felt like it lasted an hour because the Steelers, they kept picking up first downs. And like I said, Tom Brady, good example. Tom Brady always used the dink and dunk to get
clock
downfield.
Manager there.
That's all he did.
How many times did you see him just dump the ball 3-4 yards to Gronk or to Edelman, and then they get yards after the catch in the middle of the field, keep the clock going, and just moving the ball, moving the chains.
And that's another thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers started using, how long we've been saying this for years?
Years.
Other teams use the middle of the field on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been doing it to us for years. Now we finally start doing it to other people, and look at us. Look at Kenny Pickett's best game.
Yeah.
When he was there. His best game was against the Cincinnati Bengals when he kept hitting Freiermuth over the middle.
I think Freiermuth had over 100 yards receiving, tight end.
It's simple.
It's not that hard, folks. It's not. I mean,
I don't know. It just amazes me.
And then if you got the linebackers playing off the line to check down on the tight end, now you have those gaps and those holes for a running game. Do a swing pass. That's another thing the Patriots were famous for. When linebackers were catching in, moving in to bump the tight ends to get them out of the game, what did he do? He threw it to the running back, swing pass. And now we have tight ends blocking linebackers. So now you're getting 6 to 8 yards on this swing pass and you're moving the chain. It's not rocket science, folks. I mean, we try to do this. And then when you got people, you're bringing the corners and the safeties up for these short passes. That's when you get Pickens the ball. That's when you do a post or just a fly route. And who's going to catch him? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And that's right. The Pittsburgh Steelers are starting to figure it out. They're starting to open the game up a little, and they're doing it in the correct way. They're starting to open the game up very slowly for Fields. And really, it's great for him because this guy's already got experience. Kenny Pickett didn't have that experience, so it was still this learning phase. Whereas we have Fields is already an experienced veteran who's now going through, you know what? He says, I've seen this before. So maybe it's easy for him. Maybe it's easy for him to pick it up the way that they're putting it down to him or whatever. And I see my brother's online watching. I wanted to say, he's a big Philadelphia Eagle fan. And, you guys took your lumps. We just talked about that earlier.
We can't be perfect.
Yeah, you can't be perfect. You can't be 3-0. We got to take it while we can get it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Just ride this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all it is. But the fact is the Pittsburgh Steelers, they got a huge game coming up. We have the Indianapolis Colts. We got
on the road.
We're going down to Indy. Guys, right on the board. What you guys think the score is going to be with Pittsburgh Steelers going into Indy with that defense? And from what you've seen from Indy so far, give us your thoughts on the board or call in, talk to us, 585-210-3917. See that bottom board down there? I'm trying to put my hand on it. 585-210-3917. Call us in, check us out. We want to see what you guys think is going on here with the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Indy. Give us a score. What you think? I really think I'm feeling good about it. But James, I know how the Steelers do. I know how we do.
It's gonna be a bad day for the Indianapolis Colts, but it's not gonna be a destructive day for Indianapolis Colts, and I'll tell you why. Right now, statistically, you compare yards per game for the first 3 yards, and you're talking about passing yards, rushing yards, whatever, and we're almost in the same statistically as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Difference is they're 1-2, second place in the AFC South, I believe it is. And they're in the division with the Texans are in the lead in first place with 2-1. The Colts are 1-2, second place. You got the Titans and the Jaguars fighting for last place, 0-3. And you're looking at it now. You got Richardson, who had a great season last year. Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. This guy is a beast, unable to catch him, unable to corral this guy. He's having a very bad season. Michael Pittman, wide receiver. Let's talk about Jonathan Taylor, only 261 yards rushing out of 3 games this season. That's not good. I mean, I can tell you last year when I had him on my fantasy team, he did that in 1 game. So, and Michael Pittman, another superstar wide receiver, only 88 yards this season, and their whole offense is, stuttering. Richardson was fantastic last year, fantastic. And the talk, Sanders, is he might not even start against Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know why. Maybe they're saving him because maybe our defense will take care of the offense, but this is the game right now that it's a dangerous game.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous game because I tell you, the Colts need to win this game to keep pace with the Texans in first place. So if they lose, they're with the Titans, they're down there with the Jaguars, and 1-3 or 0-4. That's what those teams might be over the weekend. But this is the do or die right now. I know it's early in the season, but no, it's not. This is do or die for it. So they're going to come out guns a-blazing, right? Our secondary really isn't the best in the NFL. I mean, borderline. But we have to get pressure on Richardson. That's if he plays. We got to, like I said last week, how are we going to beat the Chargers? Okay. They have the number 1 defense. Their offense really isn't that bad. They're 2-0, right? So how are we going to go and beat this team? And I said, we have to shut down Dobbins. That's it. We have to shut down the running game, which we did. We have to take the tight ends out of the game, which we did. And we have to get pressure on the quarterback, which we did, even knocked them out of the game. So you have all those assets working for you. Chance of victory are pretty good. But the Indianapolis Colts are not the same as the LA Chargers. Different. Plus, we're in a dome.
Right.
Okay. Very helpful to Boz. I mean, he might put another 60-yarder up on the screen. Who knows? I will be starting in my fantasy next week, just so you know. Oh, before
we go on, too, I also want to get out some of these scores that I've seen on the board. MC Reggie Fresh, I'm going to put up the number for you in a couple minutes. Joe Spano, 23-16 Pittsburgh.
Wow, wait, whoa, hold on a second.
Write it down, baby.
Hold on a second. Joe Spano said we're going to win a game?
Yep.
What is that?
23-16 Pittsburgh.
Okay.
We got
Thanks for watching there, Joe.
We got my brother Lawrence here. He says 24-14. Let me see. What do you say? Steelers.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Nice.
And then we got Carl Colangelo. He says 20-17 Pittsburgh. You know, and also we got a Facebook user here as well that's saying Pittsburgh. Hey, I got to call him real quick, but that's my boy Kyle. That's Cowboy Kenny, because we were going to talk some Cowboy news.
Oh, I couldn't
Ken,
wait.
Make sure you call back in a couple minutes. I'm gonna get another call in here real quick, brother, and then I'm gonna grab you. That's my boy there. So I'm gonna grab my other boy here. Let me put the number up here for you guys on here. Like I said, call in when to get your feedback. I'm gonna get MC Reg Fresh. There goes the number on the board there, 585-210-3917. Somebody said he's a Cowboy lover as well. He says 21-20 Colts.
Oh, jeez.
You know what that was. That was the other Cowboy lover.
Oh, so, okay. So it's a guy that used to wear the Cowboy game, used to fight with the Redskins. That guy? I thought he died. He's still alive?
Oh, all right. Man.
Was he a Cowboy lover last week? Or this past week? Or?
Right. Hey, Reg, we got it up on the board for you, but we're going to get one of the big time Steeler lovers out there to call in, and make sure you call in because we want to check him out as well. And guys, also, like I said, about being a Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure you check out our broadcast that we had on when we had Rocky Blyer was on the show a couple weeks ago. So make sure you guys check us out doing this thing, talking Pittsburgh legend football here in
freaking
in the
Blyer.
house. Like I told you, we get them all here. So make sure you check us out, man. I'm telling you, man, it's a nice interview he gave us. This guy didn't have to give us the time, but he gave it to us here on Steeler Nation Live.
Let's not we'd be remiss if we didn't thank Marquise Ogden, who called in last week. Prolific offensive lineman, entrepreneur. He's got a couple books out there, podcasts. Check him out, MarquiseOgden.com. If you need a motivational speaker, he's the guy to do it. Yep. Check out his life story. Why he wrote his books, what happened in his lifetime. You know, you got from rags to riches, and then you went back to riches. All because he had fortitude and he had it in him. And the no give up attitude. That's Marquise Ogden. Check him out. Go to his website. Check him out. Right?
Yeah, guys. Like I said, I don't know, Reg. I got the number on the board. Anybody else want to call in? Numbers on the board.
Cowboy Kenny.
I want to get your feedback. Cowboy Kenny, you can make a call back in. We want to get you. We want to talk about these Cowboys while the line is hot, because we want to see. Because I know you're a little upset. So Cowboy Kenny, get on the line. The digits are right there. 585-210-3917.
Hey, while we're waiting for callers coming, we got to talk about pass interference, not pass interference.
Oh.
If we all saw the Kansas City Chiefs past 2 games, win or lose by the pass interference. Love it.
Oh yeah, I think we got him on the board.
Oh yeah.
Is this Cowboy Kenny?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mo.
Oh,
Yippee-ki-yay, bro.
He caught him. He caught himself. I love it. He caught himself.
Yeah.
Good catch. Good catch, Kenny.
Hey, kid.
Well,
let me ask you something now. We got listeners on the
on.
board.
Give it to me.
And the Cowboys, give it to me. The Cowboys are doing the usual. I mean, what is going on with y'all in Cowboy land? I want to get feedback from a damn Cowboy fan. I mean, you guys. I mean, 2 back-to-back games.
Saying,
go ahead.
Same movie, different set, man. Same movie, different set. That's all I got to say. The truth about it is, I see Dak, and he had those Danny White eyes. I know we're going to lose. I know it. When he got them eyes wide open like Danny White used to back in the day.
You know it's over.
It just reminds me. It just reminds me of Scooby-Doo, like we're watching Scooby-Doo. You take off the mask on Dak, and you know who that is.
Y'all test my theory. Watch. Whenever he come out there with his eyes all big, like
Zoink,
it's a law.
Scoob.
I'm telling you.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this now. You guys, the Cowboys got a huge game this Thursday versus the New York Giants. Oh my God!
Yeah.
So you got playing the New York Giants, and I hate that when y'all play these guys. It's almost like a mercy killing. So you give it. And right now the Giants
they got to take. Listen, they got to take their anger out on somebody.
That's true.
Why not the Giants?
Because I hate that we're playing the Giants this week. Because this is not a revelation of anything, even if we do win. But Giants played pretty good this week too, though.
But they played the Cleveland Browns. Come on, the Cleveland Browns are such an overrated team, and I'm not just saying that.
They got problems.
They got a lot of problems. I mean, but they know where to get a good massage, though. But playing football, I wonder.
That's the only team we beat too, so it's not saying much.
I don't know. Deshaun Watson, P. Diddy.
They can take us.
Well, let me ask you this: give us a score on this game, and we want to see what you give us a score on.
You gonna do that to me?
Yes.
You got to give it to. I got my pen ready too.
But I gotta give you 2 scores, okay?
Okay. I want to steal a game too.
The Giants might win. The Giants might win, okay? So I'm gonna give you one with the Giants winning and one with us winning.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on with us. I think
I can tell you what's going on.
To their head, man. I don't know. So 20-10.
20-10.
Cowboys, and 20-17 the Giants.
20-10. You said the Cowboys will win 20-10?
Yeah.
And the Giants will.
The Giants gonna win 20-17.
20-17.
I think Josh Daniels is gonna light it up. I got
one other thing to say.
Oh, boy.
Wait. We got another Cowboy lover online, and he said 34-14 Cowboys. I'm writing it right down now.
We them boys, huh?
Yep. 34-14 Cowboys.
Hey, I'm with the Cowboys, but I'm a realist. Dak get all his stats at the end of the game, okay?
He does.
He don't come out and fire it up. And that's why they want to compare him to Patrick Mahomes with that. Just like Tony Romo. He's just the other version of Tony Romo. They're stat builders. At the end of the game, you do all of this instead of doing it in the beginning of the game and get a good lead.
I think
impressed.
I think this is hard for me to say. I'm not feeling too good today, so maybe it's the medicine that's getting to me. But I really this hurts. This hurts. Cowboys 33, Giants 3.
What?
It's got to be the medicine. It's got to be the cough syrup.
It's either going to be a blowout or the Giants going to beat us by 3.
No,
I agree with him. Because we're going to beat up on them.
Listen, I predict that Daniels does not finish that game, whether it's injury or they finally yank him. But the Cowboys are angry right now. They feel that they should have beat the Ravens, which they should have. But they're gonna take it out. They're gonna take it out on the Giants. What they usually do when they get their butts whooped, they come back and they redeem themselves and just to give up.
I would agree with you on that, but we didn't do that with the Saints.
No. Oh, that's right.
Saints blew us out.
You know what? Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing because I have Kamara. I had him on my fantasy team, and yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Cowboy Kenny, I got a question that came up on the board over here as well. One of the other boards. It said, "Ask Cowboy Kenny."
Oh boy.
It said, "What year will the Cowboys win a playoff game?"
When they come back out with VCRs, Pac-Man. Pac-Man is
somebody take over Jerry Jones' spot. I don't know.
That's actually a good answer.
Oh.
That's actually a good answer.
Listen, a lot of people out there saying they need to fire Jerry Jones.
I know. I see that.
He's in the locker room too much.
Oh my God. He needs to let the Cowboys play football and just stay out of it. Just sign the checks. But he's been signing a lot of checks, not to the right people though. Derrick Henry should be a Cowboy, and I tell you what, and it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you to hear this. There, if you had that one missing piece to the puzzle, we're talking playoffs. We're talking possible Super Bowl run for the Dallas Cowboys. They have to
talking about the new 333.
I'm telling you, you can't focus on all three at once. You can't. I don't care how good your defense is. One of them guys is going to kill you, and it's either in the air or on the ground. I'm telling you.
I agree. I agree with one of they put on the board. They said Jerry Jones need to fire himself. He does. He need to sit in front of the mirror and look himself in the face and say, "You know what? You the damn reason why this team is imploding."
He can't. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Hold on one second. He can't do that because he needs the money. He needs the money because he can't afford Derrick Henry.
I'm not saying
he can't afford it.
Dude is a billionaire 16 times over. Okay?
Can't afford it. He needs his job. He needs it.
What job? He's the owner.
Yeah, he needs that job.
But
if he sells the team, what is he going to do?
Jerry Jones Jerry Jones cursed his own team 30 years ago when he got rid of the greatest coach we ever had, Jimmy Johnson. You know, how you fire somebody after they get you back-to-back Super Bowls?
No, I would have to say
he told Universe we don't want to go back to the Super Bowl.
He is right now because they definitely, the Cowboys would have definitely, and I hate to admit it, the Cowboys would have definitely had at least another 1 to maybe 2 titles.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna say 3. 90s would have been our.
Tom Landry was one of the greatest football coaches of all time. No doubt about it. They need to get a coach of that caliber. Jimmy Johnson,
but Jimmy Johnson was there. What? He was 4 years and got 2 Super Bowls. Tom Landry was there how many years? And he trusted Danny White. That was his problem.
They said the best part of Dallas losing is when the camera shows Jerry Jones crying in his private suite. but that's true. We talked about that offline as well. Hey guys, on the board, that's when you know it's a problem when your owner is in the team too much. Yeah, because what they go run straight there. You don't see Pittsburgh Steelers owners on the field at all. Matter of fact, I haven't seen them in so long. I don't even know how they look. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is they go and they run to Jimmy Johnson, Jerry, whatever the heck his name is. They run to him and they try to get that in. But Cowboy Kenny, hey, we gotta let you go, brother. I got another call. I want to grab that as well, my brother. And man, you the man. Thanks for coming in,
gentlemen.
All right,
my dog.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Hey, Steel Nation Live. Welcome, caller.
Did he stay on? You still on? Yep, he must have cut off somehow. Let's see who we got on this side.
Reggie Fresh?
Let's see who we got. Who we got?
Did you hang up on him?
Oh, there. Let's see. Okay, we got one coming in now.
San Fran Steve, maybe? San Fran Steve.
Let's see who this is.
San Fran Steve? San Fran.
Hello?
Hey, who do we got on the line? You there?
Oh, boy.
He was there.
He's on. You got him.
Hey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Gotcha. We got you.
San Fran Steve.
Is this San Fran Steve?
What you guys been talking about? I've been busy walking. I haven't watched your podcast yet. So what y'all been talking about?
Well, we just got off the phone with your buddy Cowboy Kenny.
Yes.
And talking about, little loss here, a little loss there for the Cowboys and how they're going to spank the G-men. That's about it.
Well, it goes to show that Dallas really messed up last year by not getting Derrick Henry.
Yeah, we talked about that too. Hey, no big secret here.
It was a big talk all over the sports talk all day long. You know, when you're kind of retired, you can watch these sports shows and get some stuff done.
Must be nice.
But
I'll see that when I'm 80.
Someday you guys, well, James, you keep having babies, you ain't never going to be able to retire. So
listen, that ship has sailed. So, well, 49ers didn't do too good against lost to the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold.
That was 2 weeks ago, dude. We just got beat by
they just lose to
the Rams.
Oh, you lost to the Rams?
That's who it was. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with not one playmaker on the team except for Purdy, who found a new wide receiver called Jennings.
Juwan Jennings.
Well, you have all your.
Oh,
but he had 175 yards.
He had something.
11 catches on his.
Nobody had him in fantasy, so thank God. Everybody's gonna be fighting to pick him up, so he can
he might be a. I don't do fantasy anymore, but if you guys need a receiver, that's who you might want to go to. With Debo being injured and Ayuk just gets paid, and all of a sudden he doesn't even show up anymore. Kind of reminds me of a couple Cowboy players who just got paid and haven't showed up.
$377 million worth of Cowboy players. We're not talking about the special teams. We're not talking about the offensive line. We're talking about two players. And you still have to pay Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He'll be in black and gold next year. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. I said that.
Because he went to Penn State?
No, because when talks were falling out before the season started and he was going to hold out, he said there's only one coach he'd play for, and that's Mike Tomlin. And yes, Penn State, yeah.
First of all, these
these damn players have fill up their contracts before they just sit, and it's just ridiculous. You know, it's the only. I want to hold out for more money. Well, look at everybody who's held out for more money. They all sucked up this whole season so far.
But they got the money though.
So
Yeah, I mean, well, we talked about it offline. I mean, I gotta admit now, I don't like it. I don't. But if you look at look at baseball, these guys are getting paid these huge contracts, and not just getting paid huge contracts,
millions.
They don't take the punishment of these NFL players. So I don't know. Me myself,
we're talking 162 games to 17 for most teams.
Yeah, but getting run over by a Mack truck though, 15 times is damaging.
Well, how about getting drilled by
wait.
100-mile-an-hour fastball?
We're playing in the league right now that is soften the hits compared to the 70s and 80s.
Oh my God!
So if those guys could do it back in the day,
they'd be in jail right now.
These guys can suck it up right now for 17 games.
And what were
a
they
couple
getting?
will make it 18.
Remember the Super Bowl victories after team won? They have a beer or something, a cigar, and that's it. That's it. Show's over. Go home. You win the Super Bowl. Now it's just some big extravaganza.
Send me to Disney.
Oh yeah,
Send me to Disney World.
Yeah. How many parades did the teams have back in the day after they won the Super Bowl? You know, we're talking about the 70s. You know, I don't remember seeing any parades at Disneyland.
Well, it was also a time in the period that when you won the championship for your team, you didn't go down and burn the city up either.
This is true.
That's true. That's true. Well, let me ask you this, because I got a couple of calls that's trying to back you up. I don't want them to bounce you out. Give us a call. Give us a score on your. Give us a score on the Cowboy game. Not Cowboy game. Give us a score on the 49ers game coming up, and also give us a score on the Steeler game.
Who are you guys playing?
We're at Indy.
You got another soft schedule this week. Who are you guys playing?
We're playing Indianapolis Colts.
1-2 Colts.
You guys are playing home, right?
No, we're in the dome. We're on the road.
Wait, why do you keep saying 0-2? There's 3 games played this so far, James. It's like, come on,
No, the Colts are 1-2. We're 3-0.
Yeah.
Oh, the Colts 1-2. Oh, okay. No, I think you guys might pull it out, but like once again, I don't think your quarterback. This is the first decent game he's had. I think it's going to be your defense that holds the game close, and I think Fields will be able to muster up at least one touchdown. So no, kind of 20 to 17. You guys might pull it out.
Gee, thanks.
Come on, dude.
Twisting your arm.
The strongest or the weakest? Are you guys the strongest or the weakest 3-0 team?
It doesn't matter, strong or weak. It wins or losses. That's all counts.
That's
How you got there or why you got there don't matter. As long as you're there.
Just wait till you guys get a real schedule when you start playing your own division, then see what happens.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, give us a score on the San Fran game.
I don't even know who we're playing because Harbaugh is just going to keep injuring his top players anyhow. So.
Oh, so you playing the Chargers?
No,
the other Harbaugh.
Oh, you talking about? Okay, yeah. But I mean,
the one that burns all his players before the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Dude, I'm so frustrated with Harbaugh. Or no, I'm sorry, Shanahan.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't think he's a great offensive coordinator. He's on a head coach. I think he sucks.
Oh boy.
That's why he got ran out of a couple places he spent, just like his father.
What? Well, you got a phenomenal quarterback there, though. A young quarterback too.
Well, I'm telling you, Purdy's like, oh, what is he going to do? But look at the kid. The kid's had a phenomenal game again. It's just like the kid's for real. He's better than the 2 quarterbacks you guys got, 1 on the bench and 2 and 1 starting. So
very possible. I might have to agree with you. I mean, for being the last guy picked in the draft, this dude is phenomenal. I got to give him his credit.
And that was a compensation pick from the year before too. So it's these players ball out in the next team, and you get that extra pick. And guess what? The 49ers found a gem.
Yeah, but like I said from the beginning,
to be honest, I don't even know who we're playing.
You want to
after
pull
I
it
saw
up?
this,
See who you got? See who 49ers got this week. If anybody know out there, you put on the board who the 49ers are going to lose to this week. Give us a score, your score on that 49er game.
Yep.
I wish we could get Cowboy Kenny to give us a hee-haw and a pick.
No, you know what he said? He said
what?
He gave us 2 scores. He said 20-10 if the Cowboys pull it out, and he said if the Giants win there, they're going to win with a score something like 20-17.
You get the Patriots.
Oh, you got to say what, man?
At home.
This is the same guy who was talking about a cupcake.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just let Sam Darnold use you guys as a doormat.
But see, that goes back to what I said at the beginning.
Right.
If you put Purdy on a team with no star running back or no star wide receivers, he's just a quarterback. And it shows. You lost to the Vikings. You lost
what are you
last
talking
week.
about? The guy. Wait, what the hell are you talking about? You put him on a team with no quarterbacks or no running back. He lost. He didn't have his tight end. He didn't have his tailback. He didn't have his number 1 receiver. Come on, dude. And he still threw for 300 something yards.
Garbage
Garbage
time.
All right. How about this? How about a little side bet that the 49ers will still have a better record than you guys?
We could do that.
Let's do it.
You guys are up by 2 games.
We
Let's do that.
We do it right here online.
We'll do it.
What's the 49ers record right now? 1-2?
1-2.
1-2.
Okay.
You guys are 3-0.
Yeah,
3-0.
3-0. Love it.
1-2. And on the board, they're saying that.
And when we take over, I'm live in the studio for the way.
I'm with it, brother. I'm with it.
We'll bring you down, and then we'll take you out to dinner.
Hey, San Fran,
oh,
Steven,
that sounds great.
I got somebody who keep banging to get in here, brother.
There's Wendy's. Wendy's down the street.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm sure.
Hey,
yeah,
brother.
but real quick, we gotta give props to who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Come on, stop being a homer.
What do you want me to say? This is the Pittsburgh Steelers show. You want me to say some other team? Are you serious?
Yeah, you're supposed to be honest, but Jesus, these Bills last night. It's just like,
yeah, they look good. They did look good, man.
They did what they had to do. They did what they had to do.
They were supposed to go backwards, not forwards.
Yeah, but they destroyed a sorry team like the Jaguars. They're falling apart. Wheels off the car. The car's falling apart. The doors, everything's going off. And they did what they had to do. They destroyed the team they should destroy.
Hey, Steve, brother, I'm gonna let you go, man. But man, thanks again, brother. You the man. You call in. Yeah. I love you, brother.
Yeah. Tell him to send me the reminders earlier than because I didn't get a reminder this week.
Oh, I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's a little slow on the updraft.
Right. Got to do everything.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
We can talk to you soon. Bye.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, hold on. I think we got another caller on the line. Hold on. Let me see if I got him coming back over. All right. I think we got him on. Hey, who do we got on the line?
Yeah.
Still a Nation Line.
EMC Radio Fresh from the EMC Radio Fresh Morning Show.
That's what I'm talking about.
My God, you like that cowboy thing I sent you?
Hey, look. First of all, this is what I got to say. I'm gonna start off like this.
Oh boy.
There are 31 teams in the NFL. Then there's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go. There you go. I guess I better let it go. Look like a TKO.
For these Dallas Cowboy fans,
oh boy.
For these Dallas Cowboy fans, I'm gonna get with them on that little last segment that I want to talk about. But first, let's just talk about this game we just won.
Sure.
We 3-0 still a nation, and all we needed was a quarterback. It ain't no controversy. A lot of times people are running around talking about, well, we got Justin Fields, we're gonna leave him alone, whatever. It's like it's in Pittsburgh. It's unnecessary to even make a decision. If it ain't broke, we ain't trying to fix it. We got Russell Wilson as a veteran. Fields is doing his thing, and that's what we're gonna do. And if Wilson needs to be caught up on, we'll bring him on to the dance. But right now we 3-0. I like the way we playing. Like I said last year, all we need was to get rid of Rudolph and Pickett. We got some quarterbacks, and then we can do some things because we're gonna keep a defense. Our defense is great.
Yep.
So if you keep our defense off the field and let them get rest, you can. It's a lot of watts on the field, and you can't take it. So that's all I got to say about that game right there. And the game we play next week, we play the Giants. It's going to be 24-10 Pittsburgh because we play better. We play better on the road, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So it don't matter where we at, and we're gonna take over stadiums. We take over people's stadiums,
Oh.
Steelers fans worldwide.
You see
All
Atlanta?
right, now I'm gonna take some
You
questions.
remember
from y'all.
Atlanta? You see the Atlanta game? The fans in Atlanta, they only showed the crowd once, and that was terrible towels. Everywhere we go,
home. Yep, everywhere we go, home away from home.
people want to know
And
who
speaking of
we are.
Atlanta,
Speaking
of Atlanta, they need to
Hotlanta.
fire the owner and everybody. The fans need to get rid of it. How do you lose a game like that? You get paid too much money to sit around and get 2 times to get 1 yard and 1 inch, and you don't even get it. It's pathetic. When everybody watching you and you playing the Kansas City Chiefs, it's ridiculous.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, the referees shouldn't control the outcome of
Yeah, they
games.
did
We
cheat.
hear
Yeah,
all that.
I will say that.
But I
Yep.
tell you what, if you call, I almost said it. It's a family show. You call a penalty on the other team for pass interference, you got to call it on your team, which I mean the
You
Kansas
gotta
City
get-
Chiefs.
Exactly.
You
it
got-
was a bad call.
It was a horrible.
Yep.
I mean, it was almost as bad as that
Horrible
one
call.
game.
At that time, you don't make it. You got to make that call.
Remember a couple years ago, was it the Saints against the Rams and that no call pass interference that the Rams got to
Oh,
go
that-
to the
that was
Super
horrible.
Bowl? That was,
Yeah, that's
I
horrible.
mean, he was tackled before the quarterback even threw the ball. I don't know. It's just
right. It's just crazy.
Hey, Reg,
I think.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you about now you seen the way the level that this defense is playing right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, what is your actual thought on that? I mean, because the fact is, remember now, Highsmith's going to be out this week, right?
he's gonna be out for a few weeks with a groin.
weeks. But we got guys coming in, bruh. That's just taking that defense to another level.
Hey, I love it, man. Listen, this is the way this is Smash Mouth and Pittsburgh defense football we got going on right now. And folks, here's what I gotta say: we don't have to pay a lot of people because we ain't known to pay people.
Right.
But guess what? We take Walmart players and make them out of series. There's people we ain't even seen play yet that are good. That's why they on the roster. So as long as that defense stay healthy, we got backup. If they don't, we still got a chance to keep winning every time and get good field position. And that's the way we do it. We do it in Pittsburgh style.
Yeah, you got Nate Herbig coming in to cover for Highsmith, and this kid is pacing the sidelines like a caged lion. He got in the game and he did what he had to do. And Peyton Wilson, another linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's pacing the sideline. He's waiting for his chance to shine to get in that ball game. Linebackers, we're good. I'm just scared about our secondary. I'm scared about the secondary. I'm gonna be honest with you right now with injuries and these players are made out of glass.
You're right, because we got a lot of linebackers. Check it out. We can have 99 problems, but a linebacker ain't one. We keep them.
No.
Hey, Reg, I gotta get a score from you too for the game.
Yeah, 24-10. We're gonna win 24-10 Pittsburgh.
24-10 Pittsburgh.
And so after we done covered our game, we good. Pittsburgh still a nation. We're gonna be good this year. I like the way we doing it. We're gonna keep it up. Now I want to switch the subject to the Dallas Cowboys, and then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Do it, baby. Do it.
We got a lot of Cowboy fans chiming in.
First of all, Dallas Cowboys, y'all not the America's team. We didn't want that name because we the Pittsburgh Steelers #1.
There you
Second of all, you flash shit. You ain't got number cheerleaders. That's all we like. You don't care about nothing else. Y'all terrible. You got all that money. You play that quarterback. All that money to do absolutely nothing.
No, he's good at throwing interceptions.
Man, listen. And then Zeke, they went and got back Zeke, and they can't afford the running back they should have got. That's just real dumb and stupid. The Dallas Cowboys are done.
Oh my God.
They are pitiful. I could have got a Pop Warner team to beat them the way they playing right now. They suck. So all you Cowboy fans, y'all need to go thank Neil O'Donnell. Y'all shouldn't have won the Super Bowl against us.
I think he's on their
payroll. The
payroll.
Dallas Cowboys. I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, brother Tisdale and brother. All I want y'all to do is look up in the sky and make a wish. It's going to be a falling star. They done. And come October the 6th, it's a wrap. Prime time. We're going to give them the business.
Hey, that's my boy there.
But the last thing I got to say, Mr. Tisdale.
Yes.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, man. Hit the clap. Hit the clap
that's my boy
sound
there,
bite.
MC Reggie Fresh. You got to go check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook as well. He gives some narratives after the game of Steeler games, give him what he thought. Make sure you check him out. This guy's got a lot of stuff out there, a lot of content. MC Reggie Fred, that's my boy. Hey, man, thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you, dog.
Not a problem, baby.
Oh, man.
Peace.
PC's out. I thought Stephen A. Smith was on the show for a second there. But we gotta give our scores real quick before we end the show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. We're going to shut down the run because that's how we're going to do it to win the game. Is going to be close, 20-17 Steelers. I think the Colts get a last second touchdown to make it interesting because you know how the Pittsburgh Steelers, they can't really win out from the beginning to the end. It's going to be at the edge of your seat, nail biter, and Pittsburgh pulls it out 2017.
2017. I'm gonna give it a score of like, I'm saying this might be that game where the Pittsburgh Steelers finally catch their groove. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm looking again at like a 27-17 type score. You know, just to see them progression and starting to find their groove, starting to figure out the offense. You got that young quarterback, and I think he's capable of doing it. And like anybody else says, if something happens with him, he falls. You gotta get it out there. Hey, I also touch real quick. I got Chad Cetera online. You know, he's a Bills fan. Chad, just to let you know, we did give you props to your Bills last night. Your Bills were like phenomenal, brother. I gotta give you that.
They were crispy.
That's one thing. Crispy. That's one thing I will give the Bills. The
crispy.
Bills, the teams they should destroy, they destroy. So I got to give you credit on that.
Tear them up.
They did do a hell of a job on them, boy.
Crispy.
Hey, guys, like I said, another show to book here on Steeler Nation Live. It's your boy, Sanders Tisdale.
James Owen.
Yeah, this guy. Make sure you check us out. We're going to be out here every Tuesday night. Like I said, we're always going to have guests on the show. We're going to bring a guest on. Hopefully next week we got some stuff popped for y'all this season. Make sure you stay tuned with us. And then, guys, right on the board, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. You Cowboy fans taking a beating over there. I just seen a Miami Dolphin fan jump on here. Amazing. But you guys, you know what?
Fins up.
Maybe next time, maybe next year.
Fins up, Dolphin fans.
We out.